What is up, planner friends, and welcome back to my channel. We are getting ready for another work trip, so you know what that means. You guys are getting another plan with me. So I am, of course, going to be using my Pocket Plus setup by Cloth and Paper. I am going to be using Boho Dreams by Cassthetic Plans. You guys should have seen me unbox this book and a few others a few days ago. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So let's see, because this is going to be like a chit chat too. So you guys know that the Forma bundles came out, and when the Forma bundles came out, they had a additional calendar book that you cannot get by itself. So that was supposed to be getting incorporated in my system today, but it is not because it was misdated. So the book has 2 27s instead of 27-28. So I will not be using this book. And so I'm assuming that the entire batch was misprinted. And there was a discussion on Reddit in the cloth and paper community, because so many of us reached out to customer service and we pretty much all got different answers. Of course, everybody loves cloth and paper, right? We all do. And we just want our items to be correct when they get to us. Yes, mistakes do happen. We get it. But the $85 but somebody else just got one and $5. So is it $5 per setup? Is it $5 how many you got? Like the exchange that happened between, customer service and us, the customers, the people. Okay. It was a little difficult. Some people, said that they had to ask to speak to a supervisor. They had to have things escalated. So, ultimately, I just hope that when the new books come in, that they are checked. I consider myself to be a planner content creator. I don't want anybody to get it and say, well, dang, Celeste, you told me to get this, and mine's, I got this messed up book and you didn't make mention of it. So that's the only reason why I'm making mention of it. I believe it is like out of stock right now. So hopefully when the new ones come in, they will all be checked and everybody will get one. Hopefully they will send everybody one when the corrected books come in. I know, I just feel like situations can be handled a little differently. So they could have put a post out, I feel like on social media to say like, hey, we heard you all. Thank you for reaching out. The books were misprinted. We are absolutely reprinting them and everyone is going to get a new book. I just feel like that would have been the right thing to do. And so for my career, I am a regional guest experience manager. I do not take my job lightly, right? So when guests reach out with feedback, it is our ultimate goal to make sure that they are satisfied with resolution. And I think that, for the people that had to go back and forth, with customer service, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, 10 emails, I think that was extreme. We all are always waiting till that Thursday happy hour for those new products to release. Some of us pay for expedited shipping, to get our products as fast as we possibly can. And I just think that the handling of, the customer experience was a little out of whack, in my opinion. I'm no expert, but I have been a guest experience manager for some time, and I'm a guest experience manager for more than 25 brands. So I believe in what I do. I believe in the programs that my company has in place, right? So I think that, going forward, maybe they should, post something on social media or say something to address it, because for so many people to have issues with it and for it to not be addressed at all, that, it probably could have been handled differently. And I think this is too big to go right there, because that's what I keep looking at that, but I think it's too big. I think that, as they grow and learn, I think that they should definitely, be mindful. And they have a large online presence. So I think that, oh, that's crooked, y'all. I think that, letting us, the people, the customers, right, know that, hey, we heard you all. We heard you all. We didn't just hear just one of you. We heard every single one of you. I think that that will go a long way. Just my tidbit. I think that that will go a long way, because and the Reddit, it's a discussion board, right? So you take from it what you take from it and leave what you don't want. Nobody is forcing anybody to go on Reddit. And I think that, when people come on Reddit, they are expected to be able to voice their opinion. So I know that that is, a little difficult, because, sometimes, posts will get deleted and comments will get turned off, and I get it, protect the brand, but also it's a known fact that there was clearly an issue with this product, because so many people had the same issue. So I think that I still feel like that's crooked, but I guess it's not. I don't know. I pushed it down. It's down. I think that, handling it can be a little different. Like I would them to possibly, put something into the groups on Facebook, make a post about it, do something other than what was done, because I think a lot of people kind of got frustrated. Something like that does happen, a misprint or whatever. We understand things happen in business, right? But I think we also would like for it to be publicly addressed. And I know people are probably like, well, why does it have to be publicly addressed? Because it happened to a mass percentage of the sales from that day. That's why it needs to be publicly addressed. The same way, if a business has a foodborne illness, it is publicly addressed. It's a public outbreak. So I think that that stature still applies when it is, in stationary. Like the stature doesn't change. If a lot of people were affected by said thing, then said resolution needs to come, and it needs to be publicly addressed. I think that's just where people got lost, is they just feel like it wasn't addressed. So hopefully, the new books will come in and they will be all, do I want that there? They will be all corrected and everybody will get a corrected book. So that is just my tidbit. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk about the book misprint debacle. So yeah, I am headed to Houston for work. And of course, I'm coming back Friday night. So that's why this is my notes section. Notes here. And since I peeled this up, it does not want to stick. So yeah, I'm going to Houston for work. We are opening a new restaurant in the airport. So I am super excited. I'm always happy and excited to go on openings. It is always so much fun. And I love my team in Houston as well. I know they are excited to see me because I have been everywhere but Houston for the last few months. So I am glad to get back. I love going to Houston. And yeah, I think that is about it. I don't really have too much going on. I just had a nice little vacation week, but I did not rest any day. I was out and about every day. My sister-in-law had her pinning ceremony from her nursing program on Tuesday. Then her graduation was Friday, and then her surprise dinner was yesterday. So I've literally been ripping and running for my brother and my sister-in-law all week. And I would not trade it for the world. Everybody knows that's my favorite brother. I'm on record saying it now. And I will absolutely do anything for them any given time. So yeah, that is how my vacation week went. Tomorrow, well, I'm recording this video on Sunday, so disclaimer when I say things like tomorrow and stuff like that, like I've recorded the video a few days before. So tomorrow is actually Memorial Day, so I don't think I'm going to do anything. I have to fly out on Tuesday morning, so I kind of think I'm just going to relax. I'm going to get things ready for me to, fly out on fly out on Tuesday. You guys will see this on Tuesday evening. So I will already be in Houston once you guys see this plan with me. And do I want to put notes here? Because I feel like that's too small. I think I'll just put it on this one. Oh, not crooked. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to Houston. I do not even know where my next trip is because I need to stay close by home because it is also almost time for my sister-in-law to have her baby. So I need to be close to home because like I told you guys previously, I had the pleasure of making the baby bag, so I have it already with me, and she is probably going to end up like having her baby sometime in June. I think he is technically due the second week of July, but she has had her other two children early, so I think she is probably gonna have him a few weeks early. Not this early though, like he needs to stay in there and bake for a few more weeks, but he is definitely going to end up coming early. And this is just my little favorite Pentel Flotoon pen at the moment, and it writes so smooth, so that's why I'm not changing it. I'm just kind of rolling with it, but this is what we are looking like for the week. And since I do not have that monthly calendar kind of layout book, I will be adding a companion to my Pocket Plus, so you guys will see that in another few weeks, because I am probably going to film that tomorrow before I leave. That way I can just edit some videos while I am at the hotel when I get to Houston. So you guys will see a companion to this, and yeah, that's you guys will see a companion to this, because we don't have like the corrected books yet, so no rush until we get those, until I get those from Cloth and Paper. I will just use the setup that I wanted to do because I need to track. So in one of these books, like I made a little tracker where I track like purchases, because, you know, even though I'm out of town, like I'm still making online purchases, still, you know, paying bills or whatever the case may be. And then sometimes when I get back home to my finance planner, I have not remembered zilch, zero, nada, nothing. So I can't do that again. I need to remember. So the system that I am making, it is going to be a ring bound system, and there will be, let me see, 4 to 5 different inserts in there. So I need to track a few things. So that will be, again, I think by the time I do another work plan with me, that will be set up and ready to go, because I do not have anywhere to go the first 2 weeks of June. So I know it will be ready, because like I said, I have the things. I just need to pull everything out and get everything set up. But this is what we are looking like. I need to grab my phone so that I can fill in my flight information. Same as always, I'm not going to skimp out on you guys. I am going to fill that in. So I need to get my phone to get my flight information. All right, so I have grabbed my other phone, and we are going to fill in my flight information. My flight is not that bad this time. I do have a layover coming back, which kind of stinks, but it's okay, because my layover is actually in Nashville, and Nashville is one of the sites that I oversee as well. So I am happy to get to stop past and talk and see my teams in there. So let's do, dang, I need a highlighter, y'all. Let's see. I have this one here. Hopefully it's not too, it looks like it's like peach. So hopefully, yeah, it's not that bad. It's fine. So now I kind of like to highlight every other line, give it a little pizzazz. So this highlighter will go with me in my little bag as well. So my flight on Tuesday is, so let me put BWI. My flight is at 9 a.m. and I will be in Houston. I meant to get my little airplanes out. I'll be in Houston at 11:35. And then my Friday flight is, it goes from Houston at, let me see, leaves Houston at 1:15. And then I get to BNA at 3:10. And then I go from BNA at 4 p.m. and I will be back at BWI at 7 p.m. on Friday night, 6:50. So there we have it. I think that's all I'm going to write, because I have been on vacation all week. So the notes that I would normally fill in, they're non-existent. I don't have them right now. So let me put flight check-in here. And I need to check in at 9 a.m. And then I need to pack. And I need to pack, 4 work days. And then I am going out 2 of these days. So we'll just say outside. And we'll just make 3 outfits. So that is it, folks. That is all I have for you today. And we are going to get this back in here. I am obsessed with this butter yellow cover. It is absolutely my favorite. Like when these came out, I knew that was the color I wanted. Like there was no guessing game needed. I knew this was the color that I wanted, because I do love the yellow. So let me get this back. Use my yellow bookmark, also black cloth and paper, to pretty much hold that page. And then I think I'm probably gonna end up checking my email and going ahead and getting my notes that I need for on site, getting them all filled in, so that I can be prepared, because when I land, I like to hit the ground running. Literally, like, as soon as I land, I put my luggage in the offices, and then I pretty much am ready to get my day started as soon as I get there. So as always, thank you guys for watching. I am obsessed with these stickers too. Like I said, I will tag my unboxing of these. I'll put that video link in the description. But these stickers are so pretty. If you want to check out the rest of the books that I got, they're all in that video. I did like a flip through of all the books that I ordered from her. So please go check it out. If you shop with Cassie, let me know what books do you have. I went down like a rabbit hole, just like I said in the other video. So I ended up seeing like her older books that were super pretty, but they're not on her website anymore. And I really don't feel like hunting them down in any of these stash groups. So I'm happy to get the ones that she currently has, and I'm already ready to make my other orders so that I can get all of the books that's available on her website. Like, I want them all. I believe there's about 10 of them, and I think there's either 10 or 11, and I think I got 5 or 6 the other day. So yeah, maybe I got 5. But yeah, I want them all. You guys know I love my stickers. I love my layouts. So as always, thank you guys for watching, subscribing, sharing my videos, telling your friends to come and check them out. And as always, until the next plan with me or the next video, thanks for watching.